And my question is, why is it important to know the effects of teen pregnancy? Okay, I want to start with my personal story. So, sex is like natural to all mankind. Like eventually, everyone's gonna go through it at one point in their life, whether it's in an early age or when it's later in their life. And for my family, it was early in the age. Four of my cousins had got pregnant when they were 16, 17, 18, 19 years of age. But only two of them impacted my family and their own lives deeply. My first cousin, her name is Cynthia, and she got pregnant at 17. By 19, she already had two girls, but she wasn't a really great mother. She would go out to parties, do drugs, and come home late. And when she came home late, she wouldn't feed her children. She would give them like snacks for them to munch on. And she only did this because she wanted to still live her teenage years since she lost her privilege when she was 17. And because of that, she didn't get enough support from her family to help her get started on her feet. And recently, she gave her two children to her ex-boyfriend and now has two boys with someone else. And my other cousin, her sister, she's got pregnant at 16, and now she's 23 with 5 kids. And she, unlike her sister, she showed like much dedication to her children, trying to support them through like putting them in school, trying to find a job, whether it was having 2 jobs or just having 1 job. She was trying to give them the best that she can, because even though she knows that she dropped out in her junior year, she still tried to put much support towards them. And because of that, my family was able to like help her out, like have her start on her feet, like taking care of her children while she tried to find a job. And because of that, she had like showed like great respect towards my family and towards herself. And then and this video, it shows a contrast between this girl who in the beginning, with one life she's pregnant and the other side she's not. Yeah. And it starts off with her texting her friend, telling her about like this boy she had sex with at a party. And then it branches down to 2 worlds, one where she tells her that she wasn't safe, and the other when she was. And then she tells her mom either she was pregnant or she was going out with friends.
Thank you. Happy birthday. 1, 2, 3.
For this video, you saw how she struggled with having a child versus how she wasn't struggling when she didn't have a child. Like with when she was in the bathroom, you saw the stretch marks, and rather than seeing those stretch marks, the other side of her, she could have been going out to a party or going out with friends, and then waking up in the middle of the night trying to take care of her baby while she could have like been sleeping and having anything disturb her. The thing that that caught my eye was when she opened the fridge. On the right, you saw how she or the left, you saw how she it was packed with like a bunch of food for her to pick different options. Rather, on the other side, she only had 3 things in her fridge, and the milk wasn't even edible for them to drink. And you saw how it said on there that poverty was the factor, and that's another one of the consequences or the effects poverty affects like 2/3 of most teen moms because they don't have a job or anyone, as I was saying, to support them, to have at least get them started. And because of poverty, it affects the majority of teen mothers that their child wouldn't get the right education, and which goes to the other effect. The mom dropped out. That's her education being excluded from her life, and for her child as well. She gives her child a disadvantage to take education, to have the right education, and for they lack test performance, and most likely the child will follow in their mother's footsteps. And with that, the mom doesn't have the right knowledge, so she goes off and gets another child within the same teenage years, or maybe in their early 20s. As for my cousins, they all had 2 kids or more within 2 years, and they're not married yet, which causes like conflicts with other like job opportunities they could get, or trying to go back into college if they want to, but it doesn't because they can't, because then they have too much on their hands to actually go to work. But after doing some research, I read that there was a decrease in the teen pregnancy. It came from like 40 per 1,000 babies to 24.2 per 1,000 babies, and this was in 2015. So seeing this decrease in teen pregnancy, with like it was a big drop, shows that most of these teenagers are realizing that education should come first. And since for the percentage of teen pregnancy, the 2 minorities, since they're always depicted as, oh, they're going to get pregnant when they get into high school. From 2007 to 2014, the Hispanics, they dropped more than 50%. And for Black or African American, they dropped more than 30%, which shows that there was a big decrease in both of these minority groups. And the other races, they dropped too, but they're not so much depicted as they're going to get pregnant when they're in high school. And because they got the decrease was because of the health clinics, like Planned Parenthood. They give them like opportunities for like pregnancy tests or protection and any other testings that they needed. And plus with the education that the school's been providing, like sex ed, they're probably like realizing that they don't want the effects to happen to them either. And just to keep the decreasing trend, to keep that trend of decreasing, to keep